We are back finally after 4 months of frustrating preseason, waiting for the NRL to come back. Boredom is over, and now we have plenty to do. The NRL is back as we know it, and it all begins Sunday in Vegas. Well, Saturday night in Vegas, but Sunday for everyone else in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the NRL Round 1 Vegas tips. We're not going to do the entire round because that is next week. We're going to preview the two Vegas games, mainly Rabbitohs and Roosters Broncos, and we'll do the rest of round 1 next Monday or Tuesday, depending on how things are going. We'll see what happens. But if you guys are brand new to the channel, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you are a regular viewer of the channel, thank you very much for tuning in once again. We are back, baby. Round 1. I am so looking forward to it, man. We got Vegas. Now, I have had a few DMs from a few people. Am I going to be doing the live reactions, live streams? Reacting to the games live. So basically, I know there's a lot of other content creators that do a lot more than me when it comes to live streaming and stuff, but I'm not going to do every single game. So for round 1, I'm going to live react to Manly versus Souths. I probably won't do the Broncos Roosters game. And then for next week, I'm going to do Newcastle Canberra Thursday night. I'll definitely do Friday night. I'll probably do Melbourne versus Penrith Friday night. As for Saturday, I'm not sure yet. I might be at the Titans Dragons game yet. If not, see what happens. And I'll definitely, absolutely, definitely be at Dolphins Cowboys at Suncorp. So we'll see what happens. But there definitely will be a couple of live streams for the games over the weekend. But looking forward to the weekend ahead. Manly Souths followed by Roosters Broncos. Should be great. Hello to the live chat, everyone that's watching. Hello to Riley. Hello to Hosea, Jim, Viking Axe, Jason Reeder, William Pearson, Jim the Chooks fan. Hello to everyone that's watching us right now. Hello to Devils_Psy. Hello to everyone. We got about 14 people in the live chat watching the round 1 Vegas tip. So without further ado, let's get into the preview of the game itself. Manly versus Rabbitohs Vegas preview. Having a look at the odds for the game, the Rabbitohs are still the favourites despite a couple of injuries to the Rabbitohs backline. The Rabbitohs go in as the favourites here for Vegas at $1.75. The Manly Warringah Seagulls are at $2.10. So Manly are the outsiders for this game. Now, let's get into the team list. I'm going to put that up on the screen for you guys. I want to have a look at the team list before I give my prediction on who's going to win the game, the first game of the season on Sunday. There we go. Let's get this up on the screen. Now, Manly Rabbitohs, we're going to start with that. We're going to start with this game. I'm interested to see what kind of crowd we get in Vegas. So as you guys know, hang on a minute. Let me just remove the banner here for a moment. Right. So as you guys know, it is 1:30 Sunday afternoon. So, you know, it's actually a really good time slot because by the time we get to round 7, round 8, we're going to be going back to the regular Sunday 2:00 game. So this game being on at 1:30 in the afternoon for us here in Australia, I think is a very, very good time slot. Now let's get into the team list, shall we? Manly fullback is the returning Tom Trbojevic. Good to see him back. On the wings, Jason Saab and Jackson Paulo. Centers are Tolatau Kula and Ruben Garrick. Manly's halves, obviously, the off signing. Oh, obviously the big signing there. And Luke Brooks, halfback, is the captain, Daly Cherry Evans. Front row of Tanela Paseka and Josh Alole. Lachlan Croker is at dummy half. The back row of Hamoli Olakawatu and Ben Trebojevic. The lock forward is Jake Trebojevic. And on the bench for Manly, Carl Orton, Corey Waddell, Ethan Bullymore, and Nathan Brown. Jacob Arthur's 18th man. And the reserves are Raymond Vega, Aaron Woods, Tommy Talau, and Brad Parker, who's just transitioned into the back row. Hopefully the Americans that watch these videos through the week, get excited for the game, understood everyone there. We'll get the Souths, and then I want to say something about the Americans. South Sydney, fullback, Latrell Mitchell. On the wings, Alex Johnson and Jacob Gagai. Isaiah Tass and Richie Kenner in the centres. Cody Walker, Lachlan Ilias in the halves. Tevita Totola, Sean Kepi in the front row. Damien Cook at dummy half. Keon Kalamatangi in the back row with Jai Arrow. Cameron Murray at captain at lock forward there for the Rabbitohs. Sylvia Havili at jersey 14. Jacob Host at 15. Davey Mawali and Thomas Burgess finish off the bench. And the reserves, 18th man, Talis Duncan. The other reserves are Michael Cheekham, Shaq Mitchell, Peter Mamazoulis, and Dean Hawkins. Very good. Very good from Manly and Brisbane. Manly and Souths. I think both teams have named a very strong team, and I'm really looking forward to this game. Now, before I get into my prediction, I just want to say that if you're an American watching this in America, or if you're an American watching this in Australia, I want every single American supporter of rugby league or every single American that's new to the game to understand one thing. Do not call this rugby. It is rugby league. There is a difference. Rugby stands for rugby union. Rugby league is the sport that you are going to watch at Las Vegas. Rugby league is what it's called, not rugby union. I am sick and tired of going on social media, seeing all these NFL people on their own TV shows, and the great Rob Gronkowski, who played for the Patriots, talking about, I want a big hit in rugby scrums. It's rugby league, for crying out loud. Can we please get that across to every single American that's going to be at the game on the weekend, for crying out loud? They need to know that there's a difference. Rugby league is what it is. So, Manly versus South Sydney. Look, I think this is going to be a really close game. I am really torn on who to pick here. I think it could go either way. I like the look of Manly. I think they've got a more balanced team. I think Souths are really going to miss Jack White in here. No Campbell Graham. Tyrone Munro, who was looking at a wing spot for round one. They have got 3 out of their best starting 5 not playing. No White, no Campbell Graham, so their starting centers are not available. Munro, who's going to be on the wing with Alex Johnson. Munro ain't going to be there. Walker was in a bit of doubt for this game, but he's cleared to go. So look, it's going to be close, but for me, I like Manly in this one. I think Manly are going to beat the Rabbitohs in round 1. I think Souths are going to start the year off a little bit slow. A couple of injuries. Jack Whiten won't debut till round 3 against the Roosters. A couple of injuries at Souths. I think Manly seem a bit more balanced at the moment. So I'm going to take the Manly Seagulls in this game. I'm going to go... See, it's going to be tight, isn't it? I'm going to go Manly by 6. I think this is going to be a really tight game. I'm going to go Manly by 6 points. I don't think it's going to be an extremely high-scoring game. I think with the way the ground is going to be put together and with the stadium and how it's going to be a little bit different, I think it's not going to be that high-scoring of a game. I think we'll get some tries, but I don't think it's going to be like 28-22. I think it might be a bit more low-scoring than that. I'm going to go Manly 20 points to 14. Manly 20, Rabbitohs 14. First try scorer First try scorer of the season. I'm going to go. Let's go with Jason Saab as the first try scorer in this one. Anytime try scorer. I think for the Rabbitohs, I think we will see a try from Cam Murray. I think Cameron Murray will score a try at some point. I'm going to go Manly by 6. I reckon I'll get it done. 20 points to 14. And you know what? I'll give you guys a player of the game. The player of the game is going to be Jake Trbojevic. Jake Trbojevic will be the player of the game. Manly to beat the Rabbitohs. Moving on to the other game in Vegas, we have got the Sydney Roosters up against the Brisbane Broncos. This is going to be another nail-biter classic type game. The Broncos do go in as the favourites. The Brisbane Broncos are $1.60. The Sydney Roosters, on the other hand, $2.40. Not bad value there for the Roosters, but you got to remember the Roosters' round 1 record isn't great. They were beaten by the Dolphins last year, and they were beaten by Newcastle in 2022. I think they won 21 from memory. I think they beat Manly by like 40. I think it was Manly. Then I think 2020 they lost round 1 against Penrith. 2020, I think Penrith beat them or something. So Roosters have only won one round 1 game since 2020, so it hasn't been the greatest of starts for them over the years. Now, let's get into the team list. I'll put it up on the screen once again. Broncos versus Roosters. Let's get that team list up and let's dissect this team. See who's in, who's not. Righto, here we go. Roosters, Broncos. Let's have a look here. Right, here we go. So, yeah, this game is on Sunday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So, a bit similar to Sunday football over here, having it at 4 o'clock, but the game's on a tad earlier. The Roosters and Broncos, arguably the game of the round, but we'll see what happens. 3:30 in the afternoon, not a bad time slot there. Let's have a look at these team lists. So, for the Roosters, fullback and captain James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou and Joseph Suaalii on the wings, Billy Smith, Joey Manu in the centres, Keary and Walker in the halves, Lindsay Collins up front, Brendan Smith at dummy half, Sia Wong and Setili Tupanua in the back row, Victor Radley at lock forward, the bench, Senden Smith, Nathaniel White, Nat Butcher, and Terrell May. The bench is Palga, Angus Crichton, Dr. Clay, Egan Butcher, and Connor Watson. A couple of things I'll just say quickly. I'm surprised that Connor Watson ain't on the bench over Senden Smith, and I'm surprised Egan Butcher didn't get picked. I'm surprised Nathaniel White's and Angus Crichton not being there either is a little bit surprising, but Trent Robinson's got his reasons, and obviously Tom Young ain't going to be available because he got injured in the trial game against Manly. Having a look at Brisbane, fullback Reece Walsh on the wings, Jesse Arthurs, Dean Mariner, Katoni Staggs and Cobbo in the centres, Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds in the halves, Corey Jensen, Payne Haas, front row, Billy Walters at dummy half, Brendan Peter Cora and Jordan Ricky in the back row, Patrick Carrigan at lock forward, the bench, Tyson Smoothie, Fletcher Baker, Kobe Hetherington, and the youngster Xavier Willison. 18th man is Corey Oates. And in the reserves, Jock Madden, Tristan Saylor, Jaden Hunt, and Martin Topol. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think the Roosters and the Broncos have done very well with their teams. I think they both look very strong. Dominic Young is a big loss, but the thing that the Roosters will do in this game is they will prepare for it really well. Trent Robinson, if you remember, when the Roosters went over for the World Club Challenge back-to-back years, when they won the premiership, they handled the World Club Challenge really well. They went over a week early. They explored Europe, and they really took it serious. I think this is going to be another similar situation. The Roosters will take this round 1 game serious. I think, well, obviously everyone will, but The Roosters use it as a different approach to everyone else. So it's going to be interesting. And again, a bit like the Manly versus Souths game. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams handle the different pitch, the different grass. Everything's going to be a little bit different. The ground might be a little bit smaller, as in terms of a rugby league field and how it's going to be put out. So it's going to be interesting. Have the Broncos moved on from that grand final loss? Have they already put that game behind them? Are they ready for round one? That's my only concern for Brisbane. I think the Broncos have got everything going for them, but have they put those dark demons aside? Will they get it done in round one? Because we know the Roosters, that they don't have a good track record in round one, especially the last 5 or 6 years. So the Broncos usually go all right round one. They did beat Penrith round one last year in Penrith, which everyone seems to forget. But look, I think this is going to be another great game of footy. My tip for the game, I can't go against the Broncos. I think the Broncos are better than the Roosters. The Roosters can win. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But I think the Broncos will get it done in round one. So I'm going to go the Broncos by 10 points. Again, I don't see a lot of tries being scored. Obviously, there will be tries scored. But I don't think we're going to see any games go, to 30 to 24, anything like that. I'm going to go the Broncos by 10. Broncos to get it done. 22 points to 12. Fairly competitive game. Something like 4 tries to 2. Broncos to win, 22 points to 12. First try scorer, I'm going to go with this young gun back rower who's just killing it at the moment. I'm going to go Brendan Piacora as the first try scorer in this game. Anytime try scorer. I think the Roosters are going to really target Dean Mariner. And I think Dean Mariner is going to play on the right wing. So he'll be with Katoni Staggs, which is the Roosters' left side. So I'm going to go Daniel Tupou to score a try in this game for the Roosters. And man of the match, I think the player of the game is going to be Adam Reynolds. I think his kicking game will be world class, and I think he will be the player of the game. Broncos to win. So, ladies and gentlemen, they are my tips for the NRL round one in Viva Las Vegas. I am going the Rabbitohs. I'm going the Manly Warringah Seagulls by 6, and I'm going the Broncos by 10. Thank you all for watching the NRL round one Vegas tips. If you enjoyed the video, live stream, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your tips for round one Vegas in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday afternoon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, see you later.